Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Yellow. Last time we defeated our rival on Route, I believe it was 22, although I don't think the game actually tells you that. And we also made our way here to Viridian Forest, where we caught a couple of Pokemon. Well, not a couple of Pokemon, just one. I'd like it to be a couple, but, you know, one's good. This time we are basically going to be continuing onwards through the forest. And you'll probably notice right away, I have actually switched Nidoran into the front, because I'd like to have it keep level parity with Pikachu. And there's also the fact that once it hits level 12, it is going to learn a very, very useful move that I really want to get on it as soon as possible for the upcoming boss fight that we're going to be doing. Hopefully that will go well, because if it doesn't go well, I'm not sure what's going to happen, because I'm on a little bit of a time crunch, actually. Got some errands to run, you all know how it is. Anyway, here we have a Pidgey, which is probably going to be a little bit more difficult for Nidoran to take out because it doesn't have a super effective move, but it looks like we can do just about half damage with Horn Attack, which is nice, so one more should take it out. Please? Yeah! And a critical for good measure. Alright, the sooner we hit level 11, the better, and wow, there's actually an item right here. Alright. Cool. Is there anything else? No, there is not. Is there anything over this way? I think this way actually connects to the way we want to go, but we'd actually be skipping a trainer if we did it, so I would like to battle all of the trainers in this area just to make sure I get all of the necessary experience for the upcoming boss fight, because as I've said, the upcoming boss fight, Pikachu's not going to be doing too hot against, so we're definitely going to want to get Nidoran up in level, and yep, it does just loop around, and there actually wasn't a trainer up there, which is surprising to me. I could have sworn there was a trainer up there in Fire Red and Leaf Green, because as you can probably tell, Fire and Leaf Green is the version of this game I tend to play more often. Although I have gotten almost completely through Pokemon Yellow, I've never actually fully 100% beaten the game and seen the credits, although I've gotten pretty much as close as you can get without doing it. But yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green is the version I'm more familiar with, so if there's any confusion around that, I do sincerely apologize. Alright, what are we going to encounter next? A Caterpie again. I want to say Weedle is not in Pokemon Yellow. I seem to remember that being a thing, so it's possible we won't even be able to obtain one of those whatsoever, which is a little unfortunate, but them's the ropes. And they just had to throw one more wild encounter at us for good measure, and here we have a Metapod, which is interesting. If we don't knock this out, I'll probably catch it because I have no intention of actually evolving the Caterpie I caught last episode. So if we just catch Metapod here, it's really going to be functionally identical, plus we get some extra Pokedex data. 1, 2, and it broke out, which is surprising. Well, since it's already hardened twice, I think we're clear to tackle it again, unless we get a critical, which we did not, which is nice. Critical hits in Pokemon, I believe, actually ignore stat modifications. At least I know they do in this game. They might have changed them later on. And stop breaking out! Seriously, guy? Alright, gonna try and tackle it again. Don't KO it! Ooh. Alright, if this next Pokeball doesn't work, I swear. But yeah, critical hits actually ignore stat modifications, so if we were to get a critical right now, it would ignore the defense buffs it's given itself. And yes, we caught Metapod. And the nice thing is, we don't have to worry about encountering a shiny without any Pokeballs, because shiny Pokemon are not in Red, Blue, and Yellow. Alright, Metapod, the Cocoon Pokemon, hardens its shell to protect itself. However, a large impact may cause it to pop out of its shell. Very neat indeed, and once again we send it to the PC. Alrighty. Maybe that whole tile thing I was talking about last episode was only in Red and Blue. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm gonna be the best. You just can't beat me. I remember seeing speedrunners zigzag through this area without getting any wild encounters. It's possible that's only in Red and Blue, which would make my entire point about it last episode pretty moot. But I suppose it is neat trivia nonetheless. Alright. Caterpie down to half health with Horn Attack, which is super duper cool. Alright. I'm really getting into whole recording Pokemon again, although it can be a little tedious at times when you get into really dumb battles or something like that. I think Pokemon is just one of those things that I feel like everyone can just kick back and enjoy. It's one of those titles that I feel like anyone who really hates Pokemon just is no fun, because Pokemon is one of those very basic types of fun experiences. And wow, this Metapod actually knows Tackle, which is interesting. I guess the developers were smart enough to realize... I think I said smart, really weird there. I think the developers were smart enough to realize that Metapod can evolve from a Pokemon that can learn Tackle, which is definitely smart. And Nidoran gets level 12. Alright, let's hope that level up set I saw online wasn't wrong. Nidoran learns Double Kick. Yeah, Double Kick is a good move. It is a fighting type move that is relatively weak, but the thing is it hits twice in one turn, which is super awesome. So, the upcoming gym leader that we are going to be fighting, spoiler alert, it is a gym leader, whoop-de-doo, he is actually going to be weak to fighting type moves, which is going to make Nidoran a valuable asset in that fight. And we're probably going to be doing that fight next episode, if all goes well, which is super duper exciting. I feel like I say super duper a lot, but it's one of those things that you can say without worrying about anyone getting upset at you, because on the internet, if you say something, there is going to be a certain subset of people that will get upset at you, but I feel like super duper is just one of those things that you can say without fear of retribution, which is really nice. Alright, we're almost all the way through here. I want to say there's only one trainer left. Alright, let's head right through this grass here. And wow. Either I got lucky or that's the type of tile that you can't get a wild encounter in. Right here we have Potion. The more potion, the better. The game gives out quite a few free ones at the start, which is nice. Trainer tips. No stealing of Pokemon from other trainers. Catch only wild Pokemon. You got it, good sir. Now I think, yes, there is a hidden potion right in front of this trainer. I know that from watching speedruns, I know that much. Alright. Hey, wait up. What's the hurry? What's the hurry? I mean, you know, I want to get out of this forest. One interesting thing about this forest that I'm really not sure I like, and it's not a knock against this game, it's actually a knock against another game in the series. In Pokemon X and Y, the very first dungeon you encounter is, once again, a forest called Santaloon Forest. It has an identical layout to this dungeon. Some people think it's a really neat throwback, but personally I think it's kind of lazy because all the trainers are in the same positions and have the same Pokemon, all the items are in the same positions, and all of the wild Pokemon in Santaloon Forest are pretty much the same as this forest. So, while some people might think it's a neat little Easter egg, it kind of annoys me, really, because, like, there's a lot of throwbacks in other Pokemon games. I just think a lot of them could be a lot more tasteful. I thought that one just got a little grating after a while. I was like, come on, I've already played this exact area. I don't know, maybe I'm just a negative dunce or whatever, like bah humbug about Pokemon X and Y, but that was just one thing that really just irked me a little bit. Alright, trainer tips again. If you want to avoid battles, stay away from grassy areas, even though you are required to walk through grass in order to read the sign. This game. Anyway, you might not realize it, but simply due to the fact that this is a Game Boy game and graphics are limited, this is actually the exit. I know some people actually sort of got lost because they didn't realize this was an exit, but yes, that is the exit. Have you noticed the bushes on the roadside? They can be cut down by a special Pokemon move. Interesting, we have seen those on Route 2 actually. Many Pokemon live only in forests and caves. You need to look everywhere to get different kinds. I don't know what it is, but in future games they would always say like different varieties of Pokemon and things like that, but the fact that everyone in this game just calls them different quote-unquote kinds, I don't know, I kind of like that. It's just one of those things that you know you're playing something classic when they have to cram stuff into such a small area. Anyway, you'll notice right here we are on the other side of Route 2 and there is another bit of grass here. I'm curious, are there any new Pokemon in this grass? No, there are not. I assume, yeah, it looks like they use the exact same encounter table as on the other side of the forest. Which is fine, but I kind of wish they would make a little bit of a stronger encounter table for this half of the route just because you've been through the forest. And Nidoran gets level 13, which is awesome. Good thing I actually snuck in there and did that. And anyway, here we are in Pewter City, which is not what this sign is going to tell us. Trainer tips. Any Pokemon that takes part in battle, however short, earns EXP. Very cool indeed. Pewter City, a stone gray city, as evidenced by the color palette. Psst. Do you know what I'm doing? No? I'm spraying Repel to keep Pokemon out of my garden, while I just walk over all of the flowers. Very nice, very neat stuff. Anyway, Pewter City is the first city in the game with a Pokemon gym in it, which is really cool. Notice, thieves have been stealing Pokemon fossils at Mount Moon. Please call Pewter Police with any info. Unfortunately, it will be another couple of years before a trainer with a cell phone passes through here, so a little bit of an unfortunate thing right there. Anyway, if you try and leave, you're a trainer, right? Brock's looking for new challengers. Follow me. This guy will actually take us on a little bit of an escort over to the Pokemon gym, so he will tell you exactly where the gym is. Which is very, very nice of him. I feel like I would have gotten completely lost without this guy's help. If you have the right stuff, go take on Brock. And off he goes. And this is really funny. He walks that way, and like, what? What? He, like, evaporates. I don't get it. He just completely evaporates. Pewter City Pokemon Gym, leader Brock, the rock-solid Pokemon trainer. Brock raises rock-type Pokemon, which can be a little bit scary for Pikachu because pretty much every rock-type Pokemon that he's going to use is also ground-type, which electric moves do nothing against. This is the Pewter Museum of Science. This right here costs money to go into, so I'm not going to be showing it, at least quite yet. I might show it in the future. But one interesting thing is on the second floor of this museum, there is a display of a space shuttle. Is there an item here? No, there's not, which is interesting. The space shuttle is labeled, I believe, Space Shuttle Columbia. Not Columbia. Challenger? No, not Challenger. Darn it, which one is it? I want to say it was Columbia. I may be wrong on that. I'll put it on screen if I'm wrong. But anyway, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, it simply says Space Shuttle because the space shuttle in question actually blew up during re-entry in, I want to say, 2002. And it actually killed all of the astronauts on board, which is obviously a very tragic incident. I actually remember seeing on television when that happened. I want to say 7 years old at the time when that happened. So they actually changed it entirely in Fire Red and Leaf Green, which I think is really interesting. Anyway, there's actually an Easter egg in here that I forgot to show. Right here we have Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff will sing its song, and when it does that, Pikachu will actually stop following you, which I think is a hilarious little Easter egg. Check Pikachu, and it's asleep. Isn't that that's just great? That's hilarious. And then it'll wake up, and it will return to following you. I love that. I think that's just a great little Easter egg. Anyway, with that, I think we are going to end things off here. So, this past episode of Pokemon Yellow, we made our way through the remainder of Viridian Forest, and we got our way here to Pewter City. We also captured a Metapod for the Pokedex data, which is very nice. And next time on Pokemon Yellow, we are going to be taking on the Pokemon Gym in Pewter City. Hopefully it goes well. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Torancel さなぎポケモン高さ 0.7 メートル重さ 9.9 キログラム硬い殻に包まれているが中身は柔らかいので強い攻撃には耐えられない